everybody, and welcome to the T-Toy Reviews Ty Summer 2025 channel update. Today, I'm going to be breaking down what you could expect to see on this channel for the next few months, and announcing an absolute ton of things. From the return of long-awaited series like Project 10K and Cars Adventures, to some brand new projects that you've never heard about before, and maybe even some news about a certain video about, air vehicles and a movie that Disney might have made about them. Get ready, it's time for one of the biggest channel updates in T-Toy Reviews Ty history, and I can't wait to show off everything I'm working on to you guys. Let's go! So the way this video works is going to be pretty simple. I'm going to be giving you guys basically a roadmap going over the next few months on the channel and breaking down what you can expect to see and when. But before that, I want to take a moment to thank you guys all so much for 11,000 subscribers. We hit it a few weeks ago and I haven't really had a place to say thank you, so I want to thank you all so much for this. It's incredible to see the channel continuing to grow year after year, milestone after milestone, and I hope you guys are excited as I am for what's coming up next here on the channel. So I'm going to break it all down for you guys, starting out, of course, with May. So today, the day I'm releasing this video, is May 1st, which means that tomorrow, May 2nd, is actually my birthday. As per usual, you can expect to see what I always do for my birthday, a haul video showing off what cars that I received. In addition to that, I actually also have some other hauls coming in at some point soon. My friend Robin Tailspider is sending me another few cars like he does every year, and I also have a couple very interesting items that I plan on buying soon from another friend of mine, although I don't exactly have a date on that. So, first birthday haul video, May 2nd, and I'm not entirely sure when the other ones are coming in, but you could expect them at some point soon. On the subject of hauls, I think that's a pretty good transition into talking about reviews. As I'm sure many of you are well aware, I have quite a few reviews to get through on my channel right now. In fact, I have a whole bag full of cars to review. There's a lot going on in here. I have roughly 25 items I have to get through right now. Some of them dating all the way back to the haul Robin sent me last year. Some other miscellaneous loose items that I've picked up in the last year. A few remaining items from the Christmas haul. And some other new items that I simply haven't gotten around to yet. I have so many items to review right now, and the fact that I haven't been able to get through all of them yet is something that I really want to work on, especially those new items. I'm going to be continuing to prioritize new items so that you guys can see whatever is new as soon as possible, and then, alternating between new items and older items as I've been doing. So this isn't only for May, this goes for basically every month on the channel until I'm done with these reviews. I'm going to be trying to do these as daily as possible, so you could expect new reviews pretty much every day, unless I'm not uploading that day or other videos are coming out instead. But one of my main priorities right now is to get reviews done. But one of my other priorities right now is diecast history. Since introducing the series, it's been a dream of mine to get it out as frequently as possible. But I've been so busy with school and other videos that I haven't really been able to. What I've wanted to do is get the series to a place where I can release it bi-weekly, one episode every 2 weeks. There are so many parts that go into making a diecast history episode that it's easily the series it takes me the longest to make, and with everything else going on in my life, I simply haven't been able to do that. Until now. You see, my school year is actually ending this week. Tomorrow, my birthday, is my final day of classes, and next week, I just have to go back for a couple of finals. This will allow me to be free to work on as many videos as I want up until school starts again in August. And one of my main goals is to make sure that diecast history is being released as frequently as possible, trying to stick to that once every 2 week schedule. The next episode, if you couldn't already tell, is on Luigi and Guido. It's been fully recorded for a couple weeks now, and I've been working on it on and off, and I plan to get it out within the next 2 weeks. Then from there, you could expect to see a new diecast history every 2 weeks. Following part 1 on Luigi and Guido, we'll have part 2. Part 1 focuses on Luigi and Guido variants from the first Cars movie and the post-Cars expanded universe, and Part 2, which I will start work on after Part 1 is out, is all about the rest of the Luigi and Guidos. Cars 2, 3, expanded universe, you name it, you'll see it there. After that, we'll be featuring even more characters, starting off with Sheriff. There aren't all that many Sheriff variants out there. Can you tell I tried to pick some of the most obscure ones I could find to represent each character here? We'll be able to cover Sheriff all in one episode. Same will be true for the character after that, that being the one and only Flo. After that, we'll be covering a character that'll probably take quite a while, a character I'm very excited to cover, Ramon, who will be in 2 parts, one covering Cars and post-Cars variants, and another video on Cars 2, 3, and beyond. And considering how many Ramones are out there, I may have to split them up into 3 parts, but I think for now, 2 will be just fine. I get a lot of questions about the order for Diecast History, and I often tell people that I structure the order of characters in Diecast History in order of the way I display characters in my collection. It's just easier for me that way to do it in the same order that I have the characters. So if you're ever confused as to what will come next in Diecast History, you can just check out my latest collection video and see the order of the characters, and you'll get a bit of a preview. That is all I wanted to talk about now regarding Diecast History, because they're the only characters I've fully planned out the episodes for. Beyond them, we'll get into other characters like Sarge and Fillmore and Lizzie and Red, and honestly, I'm not sure how to divide up those characters, so we're just going to have to wait and see. But expect Diecast History to start releasing every other week in May. In November of last year, I began Project 10K, a special series of 10 videos celebrating the channel hitting 10,000 subscribers. I released the first 5 throughout November and December, but some other stuff in school and life and all that meant that I had to sort of slow down production, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to get the rest of Project 10K out just yet. Until now. See, for the last several months, I've had 3 of the remaining 5 Project 10K videos on my laptop, halfway edited, almost done, almost ready to go, and now that I'm off of school and I have more free time, I am finally going to be able to release the back half of Project 10K. So, now I'd like to break down the remaining 5 Project 10K videos, what they entail, and give you all some brand new information on each of them. The next Project 10K video is going to be a fun fact video, discussing miscellaneous trivia from my channel over the years. We have about 100 fun facts in there, and a lot of them are tidbits I've never shared with you guys before, so I'm very excited to do so. This will be released on Tuesday, May 6th. And after this, you can count on a brand new Project 10K video releasing every Tuesday until Project 10K is done. So, what's after the fun fact video? Well, in my original Project 10K announcement, I mentioned a big collab video, but I didn't go into detail about what it would be. At the time, I honestly wasn't quite sure, but it came to me pretty quickly. Since November, I've been working together with several other Cars YouTubers to make a Cars collaborative fan film. The goal was simple. We each had to film 10 minutes of a Cars movie, only being able to see the 10 minutes that came before it. So I filmed 10 minutes, then I sent those 10 minutes to someone else, then that person sent their 10 minutes to another person, so on and so forth. Can we make a story that makes any sort of sense? You'll just have to watch and find out. Speaking of watching and finding out, I actually have a clip of it right here. I don't want to let you guys in on what other channels are featured in the project just yet. I want to keep that a secret, so I'm going to play you all a bit of footage from my section. Now remember, I just made 10 minutes of the movie. The rest of it was made by a wide variety of other people, only knowing what came right before them, so it gets pretty chaotic pretty fast. Check it out. All right, the location is in my hauler. It's time to get going. Chick, that's good and all, but I really don't think all 3 of us will be able to fit in your hauler. Yeah, I'm aware. Ah! Ah! Morning, sir. Ah! All right, everybody, time to get out. That was the most uncomfortable journey of my life. Oh, really? You're one to talk. Nearly every segment of this video has been filmed except for one. You see, not only do I start the movie, I also have to film the final 10 minutes and somehow find a way to tie together all the madness. The Cars collab fan film will release on Tuesday, May 13th. Not much new to say about project number 8. It's going to be a brand new custom mega review as promised, where I'll be reviewing every single custom Cars diecast I've ever made, from the ones from Cars Adventures to Ty's Cars 4 to Batcar and more. It's going to be a massive video, the biggest review I've ever done. I only hope I have enough floor space for it. Project number 9 in Project 10K is something that I called the Secret Cars Adventures movie. A brand new Cars Adventures fan film, the first one since Redline all the way back in 2018, but I haven't given any details on it. That is, until now. Now you might be wondering why I'm outside here for this segment, and that's because the Secret Cars Adventures movie is going to take place primarily outside. I'd like to introduce you all to Cars Off the Road, a Cars Adventures movie. In this new Cars Adventures fan film, Lightning McQueen has to face a rematch against the racers from the Radiator Springs 500.5. They're back, they're angry, and they want to take him down. Lightning will have to team up with Sarge and learn how to survive outside in order to beat these guys. While Cars Off the Road, a Cars Adventures movie, is canon to Cars Adventures and will feature several characters, connections, and running jokes from that series, it's designed to be accessible to people that have never watched Cars Adventures before. So, if you've never seen the series, feel free to check this one out. It's going to be a completely standalone story, and you don't have to know the Cars Adventures lore or watch previous episodes to understand it. It's going to be really fun for anyone if you're a Cars fan. And for you Cars Adventures fans out there, this takes place before Lap 3 Season 4. I did this because that's when the whole Tuner JI Corporation arc began, and I wanted to be able to incorporate the tuners here without kind of obstructing their current storyline. So it takes place between Lap 3 Season 3 and Season 4, and you're going to see a lot of familiar faces, as well as some characters that have never appeared in Cars Adventures before. And did I mention some brand new customs, such as a brand new off-road Lightning McQueen paint job? Super excited to make this one. Cars Off the Road, a Cars Adventures movie, will release on Tuesday, May 27th. On May 30th, it'll be time to take to the skies. Finally, after almost a year of work, the first part of my Planes retrospective, Planes Grounded from the Start, will release on the channel on May 30th. This is the longest video ever made in the history of my channel, a massive review and analysis of the first Planes movie, part 1 of my 2-part retrospective series on the franchise. You'll see me analyze the history of Planes, talk about every scene in the movie, and also break down tie-in media, such as the video games, merchandise, and even Air Mater and the lead up to Planes. I also have some very special guest stars for some fun quiz sections throughout. It's the biggest video that I've ever done, and one of the ones that I'm most proud of, and I can't wait for you guys to finally see it. This one's been on the back burner for a while, but now that I finally have the time to finish it, I can't wait to see the Planes retrospective soar. Project 10K will finally conclude on Tuesday, June 10th, with the long-awaited 10,000 subscriber Q&A. Not any changes regarding this video here. Over the years, I've planned several different Q&A videos, and unfortunately, many of them have fallen through. The goal with this new one is to combine questions from all of my past failed Q&As into one giant mega Q&A. I've been recording this video for months, answering questions people asked me over the last several years whenever I called out for Q&A questions, and it's currently sitting at over 2.5 hours. It's a pretty big video. I will once again be asking you guys for questions, just in case you have some new ones or if you subscribed after the cutoff date for questions previously. So stay tuned to the channel for a video in the coming weeks asking you guys for some more Q&A questions to help conclude this video. I did skip a week there. I skipped June 3rd, Tuesday, June 3rd, just because I want to make sure I have enough time to finish the Planes video and also be able to take a bit of time off after that before jumping into the next big project. But with that, Project 10K will finally conclude. But there's a problem. you guys might have noticed something. In the time it's taken me to complete Project 10K, I've hit 11,000 subscribers. So, this one's not confirmed, but I am thinking, potentially, possibly, making some sort of special 11th Project 10K video. It wouldn't be anything super big. It would be a shorter video, a smaller scale, a sort of little fun one. But I am thinking about possibly doing some sort of Project 10K bonus video. Again, just a small one. It might be like a tutorial on how I paint my cars, or how I make my thumbnails. I'm thinking something small, maybe a reaction video to some of my old videos. It's going to be a small project, but I want to do a special 11th video for Project 10K to celebrate the growth of the channel. After Project 10K and the planes video are done, you could expect the channel to go back to pretty much regular uploads. Reviews, diecast history, as bi-weekly as I can do it, and all the other series you've come to expect on the channel. There are a lot of series that I haven't mentioned in this video so far. Series like Weird Products, Errors and Inconsistencies, Ty's Cars Book Club, and Cars Game Flashback. I haven't addressed them because there simply aren't any changes with them. They'll continue to come out as frequently as they do. Weird Products, I have a lot of fun videos coming out for that soon. Errors and Inconsistencies has been doing super well ever since I brought it back, so I'd like to make more, and I might try to return to a bit of a more monthly schedule for that series like I used to do back in the day. Not 100% sure on that. As for Cars Game Flashback, previously titled Flash Game Flashback, I'm probably going to alternate between those two titles. Not everything is a Flash game. Recently, I've been playing Cars Land in Minecraft, which has been super fun. I have one more video in that series planned, and then I'll go back to the typical Cars Flash games. But now that the series has been rebranded to Cars Game Flashback, I'm considering potentially buying some Cars board games and playing them on the series, maybe with my sister or with my friends or something like that. I think that could be super fun. Not confirming that, but that is an idea that I've had for the future of that series. I think it could be really fun to do. Ty's Cars Book Club is one that I want to bring back a bit more frequently. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do any in May. I do want to get one out soon, but after that, I'll probably have to take a break from it for a little bit because Ty's Cars Book Club takes up a lot of storage space, and with all the other big projects going on right now, there's not much storage space for me to work with. But I am going to bring back Ty's Cars Book Club with a new episode pretty soon, continuing Fueled for Adventure, Cars 2 from Finn McMizzle's perspective, which we started all the way back in January. I have a few episodes for that planned, and then I'll be returning to the Cars comic treasury, which I'm so excited to go back to. Other than that, again, you could expect all the typical series on the channel. But there is one series that people have been asking me about quite a bit that I do want to talk about for June. Last summer, to celebrate the 18-year anniversary of the first Cars movie, I did a video going over every diecast from the first Cars that I think should be made. And I've been getting very frequent requests to do a Cars 2 version of this. This is something that I've wanted to do for months. I tried starting it on a few different occasions, but due to all the big projects I'm working on right now, I simply haven't had the space for it. Once Project 10K is done in June, however, I think that would be the perfect time to finally make this. And what better day than the anniversary of Cars 2? So look forward to that in June. Cars, or every car that should be made from Cars 2. It's going to be a massive video, probably bigger than the first Cars one, since there are a lot of characters in Cars 2 and a lot we haven't gotten. Very excited to put that together. From there, we'll move into July, where I actually have a very special announcement from, Mater?
Hey everybody, Mater here with an exciting announcement for T-Toy Reviews. We got another movie in development, and if you thought that Cars Christmas Chaos was crazy, you got another thing coming. Presenting Cars Super Hot Beach Party Movie, coming this July. Dadgum!
That's right, guys. I'm very excited to announce the sequel to Cars Christmas Chaos, Cars Super Hot Beach Party Movie. The name was his idea, not mine. Ever since we did Cars Christmas Chaos, Pikmin Purple, who made the movie with me and voiced Mater and all the other great characters in that, has been talking to me about wanting to return to the channel to do a follow-up. He's been doing a semester abroad for the last semester now, for the last several months, but he and I promised each other that when he came back home, when everything was situated, we would return and make a follow-up where Lightning and Mater have a wacky summer adventure. They're going to be going to the beach. We plan to actually film it at a beach, at least part of it, and it's going to be absolutely insane. I'm also working with Calypso, who did the narration in Christmas Chaos and also composed the intense version of Carol of the Bells, and he and I are working on a song to incorporate in the movie. It's going to be mayhem, absolute chaos. I'm so excited for you guys to see it, and I'm genuinely so excited to make it. This will be releasing July 1st. In mid-July, Cars Adventures will return to the channel, finally wrapping up Lap 3 Season 5, which entered an abrupt hiatus last fall. Across these last 8 episodes, we'll see how the Route 66 dash concludes, as well as Boost's plan to take down the JI Corporation. The conclusion will change how you see the tuners in Cars Adventures forever, and I'm very excited to show it off to you guys. After this, Cars Adventures will take another break for a little while before returning with Lap 3 Season 6, and with it, some major changes will come to the Cars Adventures series. You see, back when I was starting Cars Adventures, it was pretty easy for me to make episodes. In fact, I would release entire seasons over the course of less than a month, doing 24 episodes back to back to back with one every single day. As time has gone on and the quality of the series and my videos in general have improved, videos now take longer to make than they used to. I can no longer get Cars Adventures out daily. I tried to do an every other day schedule, and that was also pretty hard for me to abide to. Additionally, the 24 episode seasons really just became kind of a burden for me. Now that my channel has a lot more variety on it than it used to, I could no longer justify making 24 videos of Cars Adventures back to back to back. It just wasn't possible anymore. So I've decided to make a change to the formatting of Cars Adventures. Starting with Lap 3 Season 6, releasing later on in 2025, Cars Adventures will be shifting to 10 episode seasons. But each of these episodes will be longer at roughly 15 minutes each. I know this is probably going to be a pretty controversial decision with my audience, and it was a pretty controversial decision for myself as well. It was really hard to come to this conclusion to change the way that Cars Adventures works, but I really think as a creator and for you guys, the audience, it's going to be a superior way to do it. I tested out doing longer episodes with shorter seasons a few years back with Lap 2 Season 15, and I think it turned out great. From doing that season, I learned that this format makes each episode stand out a bit more, it tends to draw more eyes to the series, and it also allows me to tell bigger, fuller stories with these characters. With Lap 3 being the final lap of Cars Adventures, storylines are about to get bigger and bigger, with threats like the JI Corporation, the Lemons, and a certain blue former secret agent we all know and love coming into the forefront at some point in the near future. Having these longer episodes is going to allow me to tell bigger stories with less gaps, and I think it's honestly going to work out for the better. More story, less filler, and it also allows me to focus on Cars Adventures alongside other series on my channel. Nowadays, with the current Cars Adventures format, it feels like I have to stop everything I'm doing for several months so that I could constantly go back to focusing on Cars Adventures, compared to my other series where I can work on them basically whenever I want. With Cars Adventures shifting to this new format, I think it's going to work a whole lot better, and it'll be much more freeing to me and to you guys as the audience. I'm not sure how often I'll release episodes under this new format. I'm thinking once every 3 days or so. I think that should be enough time, but we're going to have to test it out first and wait and see. Lap 3 Season 6, with the new format, will debut at some point in either late summer or early fall of 2025. I can't go into the plot specifics just yet without spoiling the end of the current season, though. But, yeah. I hope you guys continue to join me on this ride with Cars Adventures. I think it's a very exciting time for the series as it continues to evolve. Also, there's going to be a storyline where Ludwig and Gertrude finally meet. You're welcome. Whee! Finally, on July 30th, get ready to see the Cars universe like you've never seen it before. In a brand new fan film, the first in a new multi-part film series. We'll visit a world where Radiator Springs never existed. A world where things are different. A world where the Cars universe is completely undone. In Cars Undone, we'll follow a pompous Lightning McQueen who's already won the Dynaco sponsorship. His life is changed when he makes a sudden accidental stop in a strange area and meets Mater, who, in this world, never left the rich family life we learned he had in Cars on the Road. Can these two ever see eye to eye? What will they learn? And what happens to the rest of the residents of Radiator Springs in a world where there is no Radiator Springs? Find out this summer. For years, I've been fascinated with the concept of telling what-if stories in the Cars universe. All the way back in 2017, the second ever season of Cars Adventures started with an episode telling the story of what would have happened if Lightning won the Dynaco sponsorship. This idea has floated in my head for years and years now, and so many times I've tried to get it off the ground, telling the story of an alternate Cars universe where things are completely switched around. And now with Cars Undone, I'm finally able to do that. Cars Undone won't be a standalone movie, though. Cars Undone is the first of a multi-film saga that will be spanning longer than a trilogy. It'll discuss and showcase this strange alternate take on the Cars universe, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be so exciting. These films will continue to release every few months over the next year or two, and I can't wait for you guys to see what I've been working on. And there you have it, guys. This has been the T-Toy Reviews Tie Summer 2025 channel update. There's so much going on, and I can't wait for you guys to see all of it. Thank you all so much for the support on the channel, as always. I couldn't do it without all of you, and I can't wait to release all these videos. It's going to be so fun. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my friend Pikmin Purple for the cameo as Mater. Or sorry, thank you Mater for the cameo. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.